Staff reports. Okay, everyone, anyone? Item 5A, staff reports pertaining to Advantage Hope Board Directors, new nominees. There's an addenda item that is to be included here.
Your Worship, yes, the original report mentioned 3 individuals, one of whom has withdrawn for personal reasons. So the 3 on the list, ideally to be endorsed by council, include now Janice Zimmer, Daniel D. Serrano, and Ruby Rempel. As per previous motions similar to this, the Advantage Hope Board has done a vetting exercise and looked at what potential board members bring as far as value, expertise, and history. And they look at where they feel the board needs expertise, where they're weak, where they're strong, and then they make recommendation for endorsement. Here tonight, we have the new chair of Advantage Hope, Ms. Gladue, Anna Gladue. We have the executive director, obviously beside her, Tammy Shields. So if council has any particular questions about the 3 nominees, I would ask that they feel free to ask Ms. Gladue about that. However, in the report, it basically states what I stated. There was an evaluation given, and that the recommended, or the recommendation should be that council endorse the appointments of Janice Zimmer, Daniel D. Serrano, and Ruby Rempel to the Advantage Hope Board.
Okay, sounds like a pretty good suggestion. Do we have a motion to that effect, please?
I'll move it.
Okay, Councillor Daigle moving.
Second.
Councillor Smith second. Questions or comments? Councillor Crawford.
Thank you. I'm just curious as to why is this coming before council?
It's a matter of process.
Is it part of the Constitution?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
you
fine.
betcha. Okay. Motion's on the table. Additional comments? All those in favor?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Committee reports, 2017 financial plan. I'd like to thank council and admin staff for excellent work in preparing the 2017 budget. I think we had some very interesting discussions pertaining to the budget, and I think anyone that attended the budget meetings is very well aware that we're very fiscally prudent in our spending, but we have some identified priorities. There's going to be significant investment in paving this year, which is a commitment that all of us on council have. So the suggestion is that there will be a consultation this April 12th here. So I guess a motion to endorse the financial plan at the council level, and then agreement from everyone that this will indeed happen on the 12th. So moved. Okay, moved, seconded. It was kind of a tie game there, pick a couple, if we're on favor. And I may be late for that meeting, but that's not going to be a deal breaker either way. Yeah, so, but essentially it's an open house consultation as last year, correct?
That's correct. Mr. Cordes will present some material, and staff will be around to ensure that public opinion is collected, coalesced, and then brought back to council as part of the budgetary process. You consider that information as you move forward to take your decision.
Okay. Motion's on the table. All those in favor? Thank you. Mayor and council's reports. I'll keep it relatively short. Attended the celebration of life of a trustee and longtime serving principal Martha Cope, and it was very well attended. It was really nice to see how his family participated in the service, and very well loved in the community, obviously, just based on attendance alone, you could see that. And I had a chance to work with Trustee Cope in the past, on the school board, and very committed to the community and the young people in the community, so he'll be missed. And certainly thoughts and prayers continue to go up to his family. And I had a nice visit with Mrs. Cope a while ago. She's hanging in there, but obviously a big change for her. I'll be attending a regional district meeting tomorrow morning, the RACS committee, And then I had a regional library meeting last week, and the majority of the fruit there was in the in-camera, and that was pertaining to staff evaluations and so on, senior staff. I'm very pleased to report we got a really high-functioning team that's getting a lot done. So obviously personnel issues are in camera, but we're just really happy with the people we have in place there, and they're making lots of good things happen. So I would say that classifies as good news. And moving along to maybe Councillor Croft today.
So I have nothing to report for a change.
That was a nice report.
Yeah.
Yeah. Councillor?
I have just one short thing. I had the privilege of touring the new HATS facility. Very nice building. Council Dowling, you've got a nice place to work in now.
Yes, we do.
But it looks to me like it's pretty small. Looks like it's filled
Yeah.
quite a bit. And I think it's going to be something really great for our community if you add on a little bit. But I was really impressed.
And it was very entrepreneurial for us to do that too, because paying off your own mortgage is better than renting something.
Right.
From someone, so it makes
It's
sense.
a nice building. It's a nice facility. I think it's going to suit you guys really nicely.
Yeah.
And you got the nice big parking lot out back. You can add a nice big building on.
Yes, we can. That's our plan.
We have a really good community development department, so you'll be very pleased.
Oh, yes.
You hear that, Jeff?
Anyway, that's all I have.
Thanks. Councilor Meadow?
Thank you. On March 28th, we had attended the Advantage Hope meeting. So, yeah, we have, as she's stepped out of the room, but they nominated the new chair and all the executive positions. So Anna Gladue is the chairperson. Stephen Patterson remains the vice chair. Gina Bennett is the secretary. Kathy Harry staying on as the treasurer. And Brian Gagne is the privacy officer. So it's good to have some people that are new in the board on the executive positions. It's a great group of people. I really enjoy all the meetings. One thing that was talked about that I'm going to try and work on when my work life gets a little less busy is the Constitution and bylaws, more so the bylaws, and then even looking into the policies perhaps, just to make it an easier read, to propose some suggestions, I suppose. Because of the complicated structure with the members and directors of the society and then the board of directors that are there, I think it'd be wise to come up with some sort of definitions that are clear cut, and then as you read through the document and you see a certain word, you'll know exactly what it's referring to. I think it's always been a little bit of confusion there for anybody else that reads it. I feel like because I've been involved since inception, I get it, but if I take a step out and I look at it, it's confusing. So that's something I'm gonna work on for sure. And just have some definitions included in there that are more up to date, like we talked about email correspondence, if that's considered teleconferencing, and is that allowed or not allowed, that kind of thing. So, yeah. What else here? So, Community Futures. Over a year ago, I had to take. They changed, the federal government changed the rules, and they made a maximum term of 9 years. So, I sat off for a year, and now I'm back on as a director again. So I'm excited about that. I really enjoy that organization and everything we do in this community, especially, but on a bigger regional level, even provincial level. It's a great organization, so I'm proud of that. And then just recently, Victor Smith, who is currently the chair of the Community Futures here, he was recognized on a website called Volinspire, where he was a recipient of Envision Financial's, they call it Simple Generosity. So he won, I guess you could say, $1,500, which is going towards Hope Knees in Bloom.
Nice.
So it's just nice to recognize Victor. He does a ton of work. I know he's recognized for it, but it's, I don't know how he gets nominated for that, but I thought it was really cool, so I just wanted to share that.
That's good.
That's all I have to report.
Thank you. Councillor Stewart?
So, everything I signed up for got canceled last week. It was like something just cleared the schedule, no. But I was going to that plant giving seminar, that got canceled. I was supposed to go to talk to grade eights about motivation and determination, that or counting. So, yeah, my schedule got cleared. I did go to Mr. Cope's funeral, and it was huge. It was really big. And I got a crash course in diabetes and the importance of keeping your sugar levels balanced. So that's why I think my schedule got cleared, was because I needed to learn that. So, yeah, that's all I have to report.
Thank you. Councillor Dowd?
Well, nothing to report. Attended the eventual meeting, which Councillor Medlock has reported on. And yes, if I may toot the hat's horn, we had a fantastic open house with a traditional First Nation welcome. So very ceremonial and inspirational in the fact that, you know, we work closely with our First Nation partners, both Stolo and the Cutmurray Tribal up the canyon, and just felt it was very honoring of the work that we've been doing in the community for 20-some years, and feel that being in this location, it's ours. We feel grown up, and we don't have to worry about ever having to move, unless of course that we can't pay the mortgage, and then we might have to move. But yeah, it feels really good, and you are right, we are running out of space. We have, if you want to come for a private tour, I can arrange that, but the upstairs, half of it is a two-bedroom residency, which we're thinking of either converting into offices or renting it out, we're just not sure. And then of course the back space there, which backs onto the public health unit, has a garage there, and the intent is to look at tearing that down and building something that's purpose-built for us. So we're looking at some architects who might want to do something pro bono or low cost to give us a drawing and a design, and moving that forward. So I think it's a great asset to the community. We can keep our eyeballs on the youth that we work with, and I know what's going on at the park all the time, because my office space is the tennis court, so perfect.
That means you're even more on the ball than before.
That's right, yes, yes I am, so yeah, so thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Councillor Smith?
Yeah, mine's pretty good. It's the touch actually on what Councillor Medlock already talked about with Victor Smith getting awarded that, which was through Vision. My wife works there. It was just an awesome thing that he got awarded. But he's donating the money towards Communities in Bloom, which I've been working with recently. There's going to be some carvings going up around town. I'm going to personally put up on my own time. His groups come to me. Victor came to me about 4 months ago and couldn't find a shop to start redoing all the carvings because they've lost their space with in-laws construction, and now with us hiring a mechanic, they lost that space. So I said, well, I got a garage doing nothing. So I got 12 carvings in my garage right now that they've all completely redone and refinished, and they just look awesome. So it's pretty exciting to get. I'm pretty excited to get going on getting those out in the community.
Yeah,
they look awesome. So other than that, I have nothing else to report.
Well done, thank you. That's good. So on item 8A, development variance permit at 950 Old Old Princeton Way. Recommendation that council approve the issuance of a development variance permit to relax the maximum building height provision for a principal building or structure in the highway commercial C2 zone from 15 meters to 16.5 meters in order to construct a hotel, restaurant, and conference center on the property legally described at 950 Old Old Princeton Way. And I just want to clarify, just for the record, that this gives the developer the opportunity to do this if it goes through. It does not say it's going to happen. Because I think there's been some, I think, I'm not being Mr. Raincloud here, but I think there's an important sort of notice that has to be given, because the expectation may be that, yeah, I've heard people down the valley say, you're getting that conference center next, starting in 3 months. Well, I wish, but, so we're certainly not poo-pooing any of this, but it'd be nice to just clarify that for the record. So, Mr. Gill, I'm assuming that what I said there is kind of on the mark too. So.
Your Worship, you are correct. You can't sort of manage expectation. However, from this perspective of this application, it's a development variance permit. We're just doing a regulatory change technicality. Whatever happens behind with the developer and his finances and getting everything on board is on to him, not on to the district.
Yeah, I'm very hopeful that it will happen eventually, but we just have to, yeah, expectation management, I think, is the appropriate term, so, just so everyone's on the same page. So do we have a motion to that effect, please?
Moved, yeah, sorry.
Okay, Councillor Medlock moving, Councillor Erickson seconding. All those in favor? Contrary? Motion carries. Item B, zoning amendment bylaw 1385-2017 at 526 6th Avenue. Recommendation of District of Hope zoning amendment bylaw 1385-2017 be given third reading in order to rezone the property described at 526 6th Avenue from single-family residential zone RS1 to single-family residential with secondary dwelling zone RS1S. So motion to that effect, please. Okay.
I'll second that.
Councillor Erickson moving, Councillor Crop seconding, Councillor Erickson has a comment. Councillor Erickson?
So, Jazz, I have a question. Is this spot zoning by doing that? Are there any RS ones there in that street?
Your worship, if I may, I wouldn't consider it spot zoning. It's supported by the OCP or IOCP, urban suburban. If you were gonna call something spot zoning, it would be, let's say, an area that's homogeneous of an RS1 zone, and then you introduce all of a sudden industrial use in between.
Okay.
That would be more considered as a spot zone.
But are all the other homes on that street single family, RS1?
You're correct in, yes, with the zoning, it is RS1.
So we're just introducing this one in the middle now.
Correct.
So I was looking at the size of the lot size is quite small to have two homes on it.
Your worship, to you, it still provides a building envelope of 2,540 square feet with the 45% site coverage. That's without using setbacks into the play. Yes, there is sufficient room for another dwelling on the property.
Thank you.
Councillor Medlock?
And just to comment on the mapping here, it shows that the house just south of that, I guess it is, the 534, 536, that is probably a single family zone, lot property, but it is a two-person, like there's two separate entrances, there's two separate
Yeah, it's a
addresses.
duplex, yeah.
It's a duplex. So this does sort of fit in that same neighborhood, right? And as well as the property behind it, I think is the same situation, so.
Your worship, through you, and yes, that's correct. There is duplexes in the area. They're in the sort of a non-conformance state as per zoning. However, in their existence right now, they're grandfathered.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Motion's on the table, all those in favor? Thank you. Okay, and then we have item C, official community plan amendment bylaw 1386, 2017 at 692 Union Bar Road. That District of Hope official community plan amendment bylaw 1386, 2017 be given first and second reading in order to redesignate the property legally described as 21692 Union Bar Road from limited use to country residential, and further that the public be notified in accordance with the District of Hope application procedures and public hearing information meeting procedural bylaw. Can we change the name of that? Number 1393, the Local Government Act and the Community Charter. And further that the Council of District of Hope has considered the duty to consult regarding the official community plan amendment bylaw 1386, 2017, and concurs with the Director of Community Development that consultation be undertaken with the Fraser Valley Regional District and District of Hope Director of Finance and District of Hope Director of Operations. Motion to that effect, please. Councillor Stewart moving, Councillor Medlock seconding.
Your worship, through you, the property owner would like to redesignate, rezone, and consolidate the subject properties in order to subdivide into 12 large country residential CR1 zoned parcels. The intended subdivision would be to the rural standards, which will not require sanitary sewer or municipal water. It'd be both on site for septic and well. The proposed development site consists of two parcels right now on Union Bar Road under the same ownership, but they have different zone and land use designations within the OCP. The total amount of hectares involved in this development is roughly around 23.4 hectares, roughly 57.97 acres. And so the lands are representative of, I'm going to say, of a time gone by, stemming from before the regional district. And so, from the municipal side of things, it's more to bring the lands into succession, into progressing forward with the utilization of the lands.
Okay, Councilor Crowe?
Thank you, through you, Mr. Chair. So just, I guess, confirming, so for the building footprints on each of those lots, I guess they'll all be subject to geotech hazards engineering?
Your worship, through you, yes, that is correct.
Okay. Because it was limited use, so there must have been.
The area is recognized into a uncertain to high geotechnical hazard as part of the, if we get to the subdivision stage, as part of the preliminary letter of assessment, there would be a condition that says that we would have to go through a HOPE development permit for geotechnical hazards, and the proponent would have to get a report from a professional satisfying the conditions within our guidelines.
Fine, thank you.
Councilor Erickson?
Do you have to cross Suckers Creek in this project here? This is on the opposite side of it?
Yeah, that's what that is.
Okay. Motion's on the table. All those in favor? Contrary? Motion carries. Thank you. And D, zoning amendment bylaw, 1387, 2017, at 21692 and 21732 Union Bar Road. The District of Hope zoning amendment bylaw number 1387, 2017 be given first and second reading in order to rezone the property at 21692 Union Bar Road from limited use L1 to country residential CR1, and the property at 21732 Union Bar Road from rural RU1 to country residential CR1. Further that, the public be notified in accordance with the District of Hope application procedures and public hearing information meeting procedure bylaw number 1393, and I'm an official auctioneer now, the Local Government Act in the community charter, and further that the staff expand the mail-out area from 30 meters to 100 meters, I guess, due to the parcel size, correct?
Your worship, that is correct.
Okay, so a motion to that effect, please? Okay, moved and seconded. Councilor Dibo, Councilor Erickson. Those in favor? Contrary, motion carries. Land for Development Expenditure Bylaw number 1388, 2017, recommendation that District of Hope Land for Development Expenditure Bylaw number 1388, 2017 be given first and second reading in order to appropriate a maximum sum of $20,000 for the Land for Development Reserve Fund to purchase property at 22533 Ross Road. Motion to that effect. So moved. Councilor Medlock, Councilor Smith, moving and seconding. All those in favor? Contrary, motion carries. Item 9, information correspondence, motion received, please.
Move to see.
Councilor Crowe, moving. Councilor Stewart, seconding. Thank you. Questions or comments? All those in favor? Question period for items pertinent to the agenda. Friendly, unfriendly, or indifferent questions are entertained.
It's not a question, it's just an announcement. I don't know if anybody in here knew Nikki Lamar, but she passed away 2 days ago.
Friendship Center?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm in touch with her son, and he said he would let me know when they had the services organized. But anybody who knew her knew what a gentle, wonderful person she was, so
Yeah, for sure.
I thought y'all might like to know.
Thank you for the heads up, and then we'll keep us posted. Thanks. Additional questions, comments? Okay, the next meeting will be Monday, April 24th. So motion to adjourn. Budget on Wednesday. Yeah, budget on Wednesday.
That's public consultation.
Public consultation meeting, so anyone is welcome to attend and
6:30.
give the thumbs up or thumbs down or whatever is required after review. Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Adjournment.
Okay. Pick a couple. I think we're all in favor.